Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for X-Men issue 10, 2024. Oh, really liking that cover with Cyclops, and I love the red and how it really showcases him pretty well as he has taken out some motherfuckers. Now, this really doesn't happen, but Scott is a really central focus in here, and we really get some interesting kind of things of the fallout from the raid on Grey Malkin. So we pop off the factory, Merle, Alaska. We are under siege, as we see that one's popped up to be like, hey, fuck you. It's like, oh god. And Glava's like, I'm ready. The field team's actions at Grey Malkin have elicited a response. That is definitely one way to put it. One is here to arrest our comrades, and the rest of us most likely. I will not allow that. It's like, okay, Magneto. And I really like the different kind of layout there of like it being diagonal and then kind of focusing on different kind of things in here. Are we going to fight them? Oh god. They're going to find out I didn't die in San Francisco. I don't even know what my mutant powers are. It's like, yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. And then we get the same kind of paneling, which is nice for kind of close-ups and then shifting out of focus to get more of a kind of like wider shot. The three of you are not warriors. You may yet be, but I will not spend mutant lives carelessly. Good on Magneto learning that. Zorn and I will meet one's troops. Glob, you will pilot Henry's Quinjet and take Ben and Jennifer to safety. Your powers don't work, Magneto. Yes, I have RLDS. Resurrection-linked degenerative syndrome, Tom. But it is my control over my mutant gifts that has deteriorated. The power itself is as strong as ever, maybe stronger. I'm dangerous as ever, if not more. You'll die. It will not be the first time. And I like that kind of close-up. It's like, yeah, it's not the first time. What about the Avengers? Let's call the Avengers. Didn't we just make an alliance with them? In Avengers issue 21, still on sale. Yeah, that was a fun issue. I will not call upon others to fight my war for me. My dignity has suffered much lately, but there is a line. I'm like, Magneto, you're being fucking stupid. Though, that is in character for Magneto to be like this. You want this, to go out in a blaze of glory. Zorn, don't tell me you accept this. You're a healer. I save lives, Ben, but I have no claim over how they are lived or ended. I'm like, Ben really is calling his ass out, but I also do like Zorn's stance on it of, yep, I mean, I save him, but he's got to live his life. And I'm staying. I'll use my power, manifest the aliens, the ships, all of it. We'll see how one deals with that. It's not going to come to that, as we see crazy energy. That, of course, is Magic's kind of portal, and we get a nice fucking team shot. Like, god damn, the art's amazing on this. I'm really digging it. We're back. Zorn, Hank has been badly beaten. Please see to him. And Magneto, you are not permitted to die yet. Do you understand me? Do you have a plan, Scott? I always have a plan. Hellions protocol is online as of 20 minutes ago. Now, let's open a line of communication. Now, this, we do see some action on this Hellions protocol, but this is mainly a kind of talking one, and I actually have to really hand it to him. Making a talking issue of a comic interesting and engaging is a very hard thing to do. If you're not careful, you're just plot and exposition dumping, and it's like, oh god. So you really need your artist to be able to move and have different kind of shots, different kind of reactions and everything. And that is what happens here, and it very much works for me. This is Cyclops speaking for the X-Men. Send in Agent Lundquist. I want to talk. This is Trick Summers. You're going to say I provoked you as soon as I set one foot on factory territory? I'm already far past provoked, Lundquist. So you've got nothing to lose coming in for a chat. It's like, there you go. And this is where we start seeing Scott in a very... He knows what position he's in, and he's taking the steps that he has needed to make sure that him and his are protected. You see a lot of kind of tactical stuff in this that is a kind of furthering of Cap, if Cap was in this kind of position. He pretty much is like, I know what, if Cap was in this position, I don't know if he would go as far as Scott, but he would definitely be within striking distance of it, because Scott is not in a good position here with what has happened with the fall of Krakoa. I'll even buy you a beer shortly. Well, here I am. You ready to surrender? And I love Glob's like in the back, like, oh Jesus. And I kind of actually like Lundquist's outfit here. It works out pretty well for him. For what? Did we hurt you or yours? Don't get cute. You and your X-Men attacked Grey Malkin prison with a gunship. Some of what I'm told are demons. Damaged property and hurt employees. About that. August 2nd, 2002. That's supposed to mean something to me? That was the day the American Service Members Protection Act was signed into law, which is informally known as the Hog Invasion Act. This is kind of interesting because we are now getting kind of like deeper kind of shit. Getting into like laws and shit, and I could totally understand handled lesser. This would be a boring, bone dry, oh my god, get me out of this classroom kind of fucking feel. This isn't it. One server facility, Chicago, Illinois. You know it, of course. It gives the president the power to use, and I quote, all means necessary and appropriate to bring about the release of any U.S. or allied personnel being detained or imprisoned by, on behalf of, or at the request of the International Criminal Court, which is just an elaborate threat. If you take one of ours, regardless of the reason, we're going to come and take them back. And then we see the Hellions, which is kind of cool that I kind of learn a little bit more of them. Locust, Phantom X, King Bedlam, Jesse Bedlam, and Boom Boom. It's like, with a name like Boom Boom, you got the little Bam Bam, like shit. Now that was a good team shot, and then we get more of the kind of cool, kind of dynamic kind of paneling. Are you a Shakespeare guy, Lundquist? No, of course you're not. Hank is, though, the beast to you. When we were kids, we'd pull pranks on him now and then. But he always got us back. Got us back worse than we ever got him. And he always quoted Shakespeare at us. I don't know what Bedlam's doing, but that dude is not having a good time. And that is a crazy-ass face. Like, shit. The villainy you teach me, I will execute, and it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction. That is... Once you think about that, that's like... Okay. What evils you teach me, I will execute, and teach you better how to do it like a boss. Shit. You get hit on the head in Gray Malkin Summers, you're babbling. If you're not... Fucker's not listening. You're not listening. Correct, Scott. Attack on Gray Malkin? You taught us that villainy, Lundquist. Gray Malkin took one of ours, and we took him back. You're not the U.S. government, Summers. You can't act as if you were. Says who? And now you've come for all of us. It's like... He's got a very big point. Oh, and then, of course, we get Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe, man. That's a good spread there. Alright, we get back to the Hellions. Well, what are you waiting for? Jesse, Boom Boom, burn it down. We have a schedule to keep. And I love that he tells them both to do it. We get a shot of one and a shot of the other doing it. It's like, yeah. This is most dissatisfactory, King Bedlam. There was nothing to shoot. Phantom X, I'm still not sure why you joined up. Nor am I at this very moment, Locust. But I'm sure we'll find something for you to shoot tonight. It's like, oh, as they're walking away from the burning wreckage. We've got you dead to rights. You got nothing in the tank after what you did at Gray Malkin, maybe. But you don't have any superhumans. Tell me, what do the Avengers say when your superiors ask them for help on this op? Do you see any Avengers here? So, that is still showing that we have... That alliance is still good in effect. The Avengers were called in, and they were like, eat my ass. And it's like, ooh. We are in a state of Cold War, Lundquist. You and I, and the powers we represent. I don't want to go against the government. But you've come to arrest all of us on behalf of Gray Malkin, a private entity. Yes. See? This is where you get them on the fucking semantics and shit. An entity that you afford outrageous latitude to, as they've taken the Xavier problem off the government's hands. So that has to be paid for. I'm like, hit him, Scott. Hit him, Scott. You've pulled a knife. I've pulled a gun. Bzz, bzz. What the hell? Chicago? It's like, now it's getting good. Yeah. Sentinel Squad 1, support hangar, Springfield, Missouri. And this is really cool. I like the giant shot of the Sentinel, and then we see the Hellions going after him. This one ain't so easy. Good. Riding with your little intramural league seemed to represent opportunities for vigorous sport, but I've been ever so disappointed. I feared I'd lose my edge without practice. Phantom X, how the hell are you killing sentinels with a pair of pistols? Adamantium-jacketed slugs, interphase ammunition, Antarctic vibranium bullets. Call it a trade secret, Jesse. Attributed to style. And I'm like, oh shit. I am not that well versed with the handling of these characters, but I'm liking it. I think this facility has been sufficiently neutered. They'll be sending human support troops, and our contract stipulates no kills. Cyclops is still playing nice. I'm like, yep. Don't become them. You're too used to doing business with red hands, Chris. King Bedlam when we're in the field, little brother. And we're the Hellions. That main name means something. And the sooner you understand what, the better. It's like, oh shit. As we see, like, I love that close-up there, and then seeing the facility kind of burnt out. It's like, oh god. Burn the whole server facility. So you've heard about Chicago. Wait until you hear about Springfield. You sent your team out while you were while you flapped your jaw at me. My team. They're all here in the factory. Any difficulties that one might be having certainly have nothing to do with the X-Men. Don't lie to me, Summers. And then I love how Scott's is like, I told you that I was past provoked. None of your people will be killed, but the destruction of material will be astronomical. I am making a point, and my agents will continue to make a point until you and your men have left Alaska, as we see him sweating. Then close up on Scott. Every minute you stay here, more of one's operating budget is being eaten up with repair and resupply. War of attrition, baby. More of one's capability to operate effectively will be eliminated. This is what it looks like when you push me, Lundquist. One watch station, Boulder, Colorado. The villainy you teach me. One comms hub, Abilene, Texas. I will execute. One archives, Newark, New Jersey. And it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction. As we see the Hellions doing shit and doing work, it's like, oh god. Oh, we also get into X-Mentions, bringing up stuff also with One World Under Doom. Fallout of the Radon Grey Malkin and everything. And it was interesting that they did bring up the One World, like Doctor Doom starring The Rise of Emperor Doom, issue 1. Now that's actually some really good artwork there. But check this out. Look into it. See what your X-Men stuff's going up for. Call them off, Summers. No. I'm fighting for a place in the world for my species, Lundquist. Nice for you. Call them off, or you won't live to see it. You just declared war. I don't think you're hearing me. This isn't war. Not a hot one, at any rate. M.A.D., Lundquist? You remember that? Mutually assured destruction. That's what it means if the X-Men and the federal government go to war. Real war. Let me spell it out for you. If I am murdered by a federal agent or other projection of governmental force, which it's important to stipulate that because they try and do plausible deniability, private entity, Grey Malkin, then important sections of Washington, D.C. will very shortly cease to exist. You're bluffing. I'm not. You think I didn't plan for this? I don't have any nuclear weapons, but I do have mutants. How much damage would the Juggernaut do if dropped from orbit? Or if Zorn just took his helmet off and exposed the star that makes up his head? Now, I really love how this page is done because we get all square panels, but at the bottom we get Scott's face stretched across the last 3 there. Fucking beautiful. And then these, which we just get more and more close-up of what's kind of going on. If they do that, then that's it for mutants. It would be open season. You'd be extinct in a year. Really? You've been ostracizing and just doing horrendous shit to mutants for years. You don't think other superhumans and anybody that thinks that's disgusting would not side with them? And honestly, with the Omega level kind of stuff they got, it would just be mutually assured destruction at that point. Maybe, if you could organize a response without a functioning government. How long until states begin to seed? Before foreign powers come sniffing around, landing troops to render emergency aid and never leaving. Yeah. It's kind of crazy to kind of figure out how much he's already thought of being able to pretty much effectively dismantle the United States. But hey, like you said, I won't be around to see it. You kill all those people. This is how brinkmanship works, Lundquist. I'm making your case for you, so you can take it back to your bosses and tell them that no matter how much they want to kill me, and I know they do, that it's not worth it. Yeah, this is the shit, this is the stupid shit that always happens when you try and do this kind of shit. Because while I've been ready to die for the mutant cause since I was 14, and have done so several times, here's the long and the short of it. And I love that we kind of have a pause and then going down as he's talking about the Phoenix, and I kind of like the bird there. If any of you have me murdered, then my wife will know and she will grieve. And then the Phoenix will return to Earth for vengeance, and I don't know if the planet will survive that. Stop being a dick. I mean, I know it's that simple, but holy fucking shit. So yes, I will threaten to destroy every institution of this nation if that's what it takes to get you to listen to me, because I am looking out for you. All of you. And he's right. He doesn't want this shit to happen, but goddamn if everybody's just trying to fuck a light socket every now and then and just say, I'm the god of thunder. while their pubes are on fire, and they're just going, smells like bacon. Why? Oh shit, I'm fucking a light socket. Lundquist, of course, takes the gun off. I'll go. I'll tell them. But you know as well as I do that this isn't over. It never is. Yep, that's the fucking stupid ass shit as he goes into the fridge. And I really like how it's the same kind of paneling, and Scott kind of pops out of it there. So, do I reach out to Jesse Bedlam and tell his brother to call up the Hellions? Yes, please. It's like, yeah. How do you just pop in like, do you want a grilled cheese? It's like, shit. Done. He said to remind you that King Bedlam wants what he's owed. I'm well aware. Chris Aronson wants a very specific head, and he wants us to deliver it to him. Who? Don't worry about it for now. That's interesting and nice kind of foreshadowing. We'll see how that goes. Is it true? Specify. If you die, will the Phoenix burn the world? I can't rule it out. You were the host of the Phoenix. You know what it's like. So what do we do if you die? If I die, then the X-Men will have to stop the Phoenix again, which means you, as an Omega telepath and former host, will have to stop the Phoenix. Come on, Quentin. Why do you think you're on my team? It's like, oh shit, Scott really has thought of this shit. And Quentin's like, God damn. That kind of little surprise thing there, as we then have the end there. We also get X-Mail. Interesting letters. Alright, next issue. Planetfall. A deadly cadre of warriors pursue their target to Earth. A target making a beeline to the X-Men's home territory of Alaska. But who is this fugitive, and what grim portents do they carry for the X-Men? As they're running from some shit, it's like, goddamn! So, I actually really like this issue. I like that we got the action of the Hellions initiating their protocol and just shit-fucking one's operations under Cyclops' orders. And I loved how Cyclops was able to effectively lay out what is happening and what state they are actually in. Lundquist coming in like dick wagging, like, you fucked up. And then Scott's like, you took one of ours. We took them back from a private entity that you give far too much leeway. And then being like, yeah, you can't kill me, because we will start effectively dismantling and doing mutually assured destruction. And Lundquist is like, God damn, he didn't. I don't think he truly understood who he was dealing with Scott Summers' Cyclops. This issue shows it. How he has tactically figured out to pretty much put it into a position that if you actually do this, I will execute on this shit, and the Phoenix might come back and just fucking burn the world. He doesn't know, but he at least has options involved. If Scott is like, Scott being a former host of the Phoenix Force as well is a nice kind of thing. Of course, his connection with Jean as the host as well. But Quentin being like, you do actually think of different kind of reasons of why I'm on the team, because I'm a mega level telepath, which we've seen that the Phoenix Force is kind of partial to, and a former host of the Phoenix Force. And he's like, God damn, he might be annoyed by me, and I might be like fucking with him, but I'm here for a reason. And Quentin didn't even really kind of think of that. It's like, God damn. And I did like understanding the Hellions kind of protocol and what they were kind of doing. And it was kind of cool to see Ben and Jennifer being like, what are we doing here? And Magneto pretty much being like, yeah, I'll go on a blaze of glory. I don't give a fuck. What you got, bitch? A lot of good character work here, even in smaller, different kind of scenes. But this was mainly Cyclops' book to be like, this is what I've got. What up? And it really gave better kind of leader vibes. I know it depends upon the creative team working with Cyclops, because sometimes when they take him kind of villain kind of route with what was kind of going on in certain kind of things when he was like host of the Phoenix Force for things, same kind of thing with like Tony Stark when he goes more of a kind of villainous route, what he's done with Civil War, Superior Iron Man, all those kind of things, what he was doing with the kind of incursions under that as well. But I really like his handling here, and the art just fucking is great. Like, we've got our action and stuff, but like, they sell the dynamic movement that we've got when we're focusing in on people and what they're telling and what's going on. Scott's emotion comes through to me on the page, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. I really enjoyed this and can't wait to see what goes on next with this. So, those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.